Hey there, fellow founders. Are you looking to unlock the secrets behind rapid business growth? Join my vibrant meetup group where we dive into masterclasses on game-changing strategies every single month. We've tackled topics like building a lean marketing engine, crafting killer lead magnets, and leveraging gateway offers to sell high-ticket offers. And trust me, you don't want to miss out on the next one. Come share your experiences, learn from the best, and let's grow together. Sign up and be part of the next masterclass by going to events.sarahnoelblock.com. That's events.sarahnoelblock.com. Hey, this is Sarah Noel Block, and you are listening to Tiny Marketing. This is the Uncut Summer Series where you are getting the raw, unfiltered, unedited recordings from our interviews, webinars, and workshops. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ridiculousness. Hello. Today is the last episode of the Uncut Summer Series. So starting next week, we're going to have all new interviews, fresh content. I already have done so many of the interviews. I think that we have enough interviews now to go through into 2025 already for season 4. Pretty nuts. And we have some amazing speakers. I'm so excited to introduce you to them and give you a taste of the series that I've cooked up this season. We're doing a series on sales for service businesses. We're doing one on moving to scalable offers when you have a one-to-one service offer. We have a LinkedIn series. So many good things coming up this season. I can't wait. But today I am sharing an awesome interview I did with Kelly Sinclair. And I don't know why. No, I do know why. It's because I'm launching the Tiny Marketing Club officially to the public. So I've been thinking about all of the promotion that goes into it. And one thing that she talked about really resonated with me, and it was a visibility tour and how to get in front of as many people as possible so you can promote your offer. So that conversation with her just kept getting niggling in my head. It was just hanging out in my brain. So I thought this would be the perfect, there's the word, the perfect interview to end the series with. So I hope you enjoy my last episode of the summer, of the Uncut Summer series. And then the beginning of September, we're launching season 4, babies. Stay tuned.
Hey.
Let's chat about how we met in the first place. So it was System Saved Me. What is it? What is the group called?
Oh, it's called Ready, Set, Collab.
Ready, Set, Collab. Yes, it's pretty badass. I like it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's nice to have a place where people are there with the same goal to like meet each other and find ways to connect and like collaborate like this and use each other's platforms, because sometimes we're like, we're hoping for that, but then we're nervous to ask people. But in this case, it's like everyone's here. We've already said yes. So like it sort of starts the conversation off a lot easier.
It does make it so much easier. And I've met the coolest people through that platform.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just get my fuzzy blanket up. My AC's turned up way too high.
We are not in AC time up here in Canada now. It's done.
Oh my gosh. I heard you're near Banff, right?
Yeah, I do live near Banff.
Didn't something recently happen? It came up in the news. I told you when we talked last time that my husband is a little bit obsessed with Banff because one of his coworkers went there. But I saw it in the news for some reason recently, and I can't remember what it was.
Oh, that this grizzly bear followed people down a trail for like an hour. Just kept following them.
It was bear related. Now that you say that. And funny enough, before we hit record, and I was talking about my bear attack, which is just my puppy named Bear, and how I got clawed trying to get her back in the yard. Yeah, I also have a bear attack story in my own unique way. But that is not the point today. Today's point is is visibility. Can you tell me
Mhm.
what the visibility tour is?
Yes. Okay. So I love that we started this conversation talking about collaborating and how we met each other in a collaboration like group. But the whole concept here is that, like, don't forget to promote yourself like every dang day of your business. So we can get so swept up in, like, oh, I gotta like redo my website copy, or I need to take this other course, or I have to read a book or listen to all these podcasts. And we're doing these all behind the scenes things. So I wanted to try an experiment where I made sure that at least one time every single day I was doing something externally facing, which meant like connecting with another person for potential collaboration, like you or others from the group, or reaching out to somebody that I met at an event, signing myself up for an event, going on social media and actually talking about what I do, like all of these things that were much more likely to lead to people coming into my world. And I did some things over the course of this 60 days. I was like, let's try a little time frame, see what
Mhm.
happens. And I did some things over the course of this 60 days that resulted in doubling my email list. Like,
Shit.
yeah, I doubled my, yeah. I've had,
Wow.
so like, I don't know why. So I've been running my business for 6 years, and it's taken 6 years to get to like, 1,000 people. And then I got like 700 in 30 days.
That's insane. Let's just pause this visibility tour and just tell me what you did to do that.
What was that all about?
Yeah, that was what was
So
it?
I have discovered I've discovered the magical world of um, email list swaps and bundles. So I got to be part of a couple of really amazing bundle giveaways. So essentially what you need in order to participate in that is some kind of digital product
Mhm.
that is of value that you sell, which a lot of people have that in their business already at like a lower ticket price, somewhere between, a lot of people are rocking like a $7 thing or a $50 thing. And so I have a $50 thing, which I was then able to give away as part of that. So the people, like, it was a big contribution. So a big group of people participate and everybody shares about it a couple times. But from my end, like, it's very low lift as the person who's not organizing it. It was
Mhm.
very low lift to contribute that because I already had it made. I already have like the way for people to get it. It already like leads into an email sequence and all this. And like, just, it was just very hyper targeted to the audience that I was looking for. And they were all over it. So it blew
That
up.
is amazing.
Like, I broke all of my technology. I had to get the next level of active campaign. My Zapier stopped working because I all the things were like
Like,
shooting off too much.
you had too many zaps happening.
Yes, I was like, okay, this is serious.
That is a
So
good problem.
yes, it was. So it was bringing all these amazing people into my world, and I thought, when people come in, when you get new people on your email list, and especially if you don't have like, I don't know, you don't give them a long time and nurture and all this like email marketing strategy stuff. Well, my email open rate increased. Like, it's 48% ish
That's
with these brand
amazing.
new people.
So they're
And
super engaged.
totally. So, like, when you pick something that's very specific, like sometimes there's bundles and things like that where it's like it's for anybody, or it's like I had one that was like focused on moms. And so for the stuff that I my work is focused primarily on moms in business. So that was, it was effective, but the one that was more effective was called the Visible AF bundle. So like
Which is kind
they're
of
trying
perfect
to
for you.
get they're trying to get visibility. I'm a visibility coach. Let's go. So, yeah, it was really, really good. So brought
That
all
is
these people
good.
into my world. So I have all these amazing people. Hi, if you're listening, you're on my email list. Thanks for being here.
Hello, and I'm glad you downloaded the bundle.
Yes, very good. And because the thing is, like, people have to go and pick your individual item. So not only they don't get the whole thing, they have to go and sign up individually for all these things. So that's a big effort on their part. So yeah, but it worked out
Yeah.
really well. The
I
other
did one of those
thing,
recently. Not I didn't participate in it, but
mhm,
I downloaded a ridiculous amount of things from
right?
someone's bundle.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's like bundle season or something, but like
Maybe.
it's a good, and I'm like, okay, well, if this is how, if I get like 400 plus people per bundle that I do, I'm going to do those like every 2 weeks.
For real, now I'm gonna do one. They've
Like, why would we do advertising?
right? That has come into my, like, atmosphere before, but I've never said yes. Now I'm going to.
Totally. Like it was, yeah, it blew me away. It truly did. It truly did. Okay, so you
Let
want to hear what some other things were?
Yeah, yeah. I got so excited about the email list doubling that I had a
I know.
tangent. But yes, let's hear about the
Yeah,
other visibility
exactly. Like,
things.
so I was like, how can we create these results, these kinds of results? And I had no expectations, right? And I wasn't, for just to clarify, I'm looking at this visibility tour as like a pre-launch strategy. So it's not about like I'm going out and trying to sell all the time, but of course, like when you bring people into your sphere, they ask what you do, you book calls, you end up, maybe selling some digital products or whatever. Those kinds of things can happen, but that wasn't my goal. My goal
Mhm.
was just to like get more people in my world. Another thing that I did that pushed myself out of my comfort zone was so I have a podcast, Entrepreneur School, and I just started it in January. And in the summer, I was at my 6 month mark. So I was like, okay, it's been 6 months. We've got 30 episodes out. Let's tell the media. So I did a media pitch to the local media, where I do have a lot of relationships because I have a background in PR and I've done that kind of work for my clients before. But it's different when you have to put yourself into the like
I've never
seat of,
done that.
right?
I'm, like, on the edge of my seat.
So I like go on Chat GPT to write myself a press release because I can't make like, Chat GPT is way more generous and boastful than you would be about yourself.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable talking about yourself.
Right? So use the tools that you have and allow that to support you. And so I did. And I sent it to the radio station. And I knew that I was going to be able to get on the radio station. Like, first of all, anybody listening, local media is starving for content. They have a 24-hour news cycle. They got to fill that. And when you
I've
have a
never even
small
thought about that.
community and they're trying to make it relevant to the people in their community, which as long as you can connect the dots. So I was like, yeah, I'm local and we have a lot of entrepreneurs in our community and I have a podcast for entrepreneurs. Done. So yeah, so I went in, I did a radio segment. They played that for a full day. They did an online story. And then I was like, I should send it to the paper too. So then I also sent it to the paper and I got an incredible story. Like I couldn't even believe it. Like all about me and my business and my podcast, half a page printed in the
That's
paper,
amazing.
half a page. If you think about that in advertising dollars, that's thousands of dollars. And not only that, they had an online article. And when I got the paper, I should have had it beside me. I'm on the front page. Like they have like the
Kelly!
little clip, like the little like go look at like mompreneur, I think is what it says on the front page. Like, like here's what's in the paper this week. So that was incredible. But it doesn't even stop there because the timing of that. So all these people saw, obviously, like I don't live in a huge town. We have 30,000 people. It's a small community. But my podcast downloads the next week went up like almost 60%.
Girl, I'm dying. I'm dying. I love all of this. That's insane. I haven't even thought to pitch local media.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a harder thing to do. Like it's a bigger lift for yourself. Because like relationships, but still, as long as you can come up with an angle that positions you as like it's relevant to their listeners or readers, that's all they need. And like honestly, usually in like the local regional places, they're just so short on staff. Like they're looking for anything you can give them. So if you actually write it in a press release format, I one time for a client years ago sent a press release that was printed verbatim in the paper, and that never happens. They were just like, we don't have time to edit this, so we're just going to put this whole thing in. Good enough. I'm like, okay.
All right, I'll take that. So let's
Yeah.
make this super actionable for people listening. You use ChatGPT to write the press release.
Yeah.
What are the job titles of the people that you need to reach out to?
Oh, so you're looking for anyone who is, so if you have a local paper, you'll open that up and you will see anybody who's the reporter. You're going to take a quick look at the kinds of stuff, because sometimes if you have a bigger area, they do beat reporting,
Mhm.
which means they have like a theme. So you'll like want to be in the business section or whatever's relevant for your industry and find someone who's written something about that, or who covers events, or who covers like family, like whatever it is for you. But generally, like in a small town, we literally have 3 people who work for the radio station, period.
So it's
Besides like
easier to find
sales.
someone.
Yeah. I have a friend who teaches you like to go on LinkedIn and find that. But honestly, every media outlet will have some kind of online version, right? So they may be producing for radio, but they're also doing online articles for it. And there should be names. And generally there's names underneath, and they're usually clickable with email addresses, or they have a general news box that's like news at
Mhm.
yourmediastation.com.
So you're looking for the editor?
You don't generally pitch to like the full-on editor. The editor's in charge of assigning to reporters. So you would pitch directly to the reporter. But if I do that and I don't have a relationship, I'll also pitch to the general news box just to cover my bases.
Okay. Yeah, PR is so outside of my world, but it works really, really well. So I'm so
Mhm.
intrigued by it.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of things really fit. Like PR, I think, is an underutilized tool. So when
It
I
really
talk
is.
about visibility, I have this trifecta where it's branding, marketing, and PR all together.
Mhm.
Because like
Amen.
marketing, we get that's sales. When we're talking about like that's the goal. The brand is that you just actually have to understand your brand and be able to clearly like know who you're talking to, know what your messages are, kind of understand your own like vibe and how you show up and what fits for you. And then the PR is everything relationship wise. So I would even stick collaboration things and all of that in there, because not just media. PR is not just media. That's just part of it.
Yeah, that is actually funny because I have a similar graphic that I use all the time, but mine was collaboration as the third one, which I guess would fall under
Yeah,
your
totally.
PR one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it was interesting because I was like looking back at all the things that happened over the 60 days with the visibility tour, was right around that time when my podcast spiked, I got pitched this guest who I originally was like, meh, and I ignored. Don't tell him.
I hope you're
But
not listening.
they followed up, like the guest, it wasn't the guest himself who was pitching me, it was like his PR people. And I was like, okay, well, I'll check this out. So then I look again at this person and I was like, wait a second. He's got 1.5 million Instagram followers. He's doing an event with Ed Milet and Gary V and Russell
Like
Brunson and blah, 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 name drop, name drop, name drop.
like, okay.
Um, I'll talk to him. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Yeah. So that, and I think it's only because my podcast ranked higher in that time because I did that. Like I'm making that assumption, but the timing was very connected of
Yeah.
that. So I actually just recorded that episode last week, and this person is incredible. He is like a very, very successful business person, very family focused, has 4 daughters and one more on the way. And he has like, we now have a relationship where he's like, if you come to my event, I'll bring you backstage. You can meet everyone. I'm like, okay, I'll be right there.
That's awesome. That is something we should talk about for a second is if you have your own podcast, having at least one segment a month that's a guest segment is such a great way to build relationships. Like me and you, our first initial contact was me being on your podcast. It's such a great way to build relationships.
Yeah, no, it totally is. Like, and really, even if you don't have a podcast, I would encourage you to think about what kind of a collaboration event could you host? What kind of a space where you could create a platform that you can provide to other people, because it's leverage. It's instead of saying, "Hey, I want to do this on your thing," you could say, "Hey, I have this thing I'd love to have you," and then it turns into the other side of that.
Yeah,
So
some sort of swap.
I was doing 800,000 things in the last 60 days apparently, because one of the other ones was I did a private podcast series. And so I got 6 guest experts in, and all of them contributed to my podcast. We all promoted it. We got more, email subscribers from that. And then I'm now like guest speaking in their communities and collaborating with them separately outside of it. So exactly.
Laura, who's been on the show twice, was one of your private
Yes.
podcast guests.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And then you kind of like you start building this community too of people, like, and sometimes it's just you never know who's going to introduce you to the right person, because we cannot do this ourselves,
Mhm.
entrepreneurs. This is not like put on the blinders and try and like, take your pride for a ride and do it all. Like, see how you can lean on others, because even in having this conversation, like I woke up this morning, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't feeling very like,
Chatty.
excited. I was like, meh, because I had a launch finish and it didn't go quite as well as I wanted it to. So I was like, hey, well, I must suck at all those things that go on in your head. But as soon as you get on with somebody else who like helps you to like bring your expertise back out, like I'm jacked again.
I am glad you're jacked again. Yeah, I actually had something yesterday that I had 83 people who RSVP'd and only 41 people showed up live. So I was like, "Meh." So I was feeling the same way
That's
today.
so good. That's so good when 105 people are and 7 people come. That's fun.
That's also a "Meh."
But that's also like the reality of what we live in right now, where there's just so many things going on, and how do you choose what to do with your time, right? So
Yeah.
that's
And
why
for anybody,
replays and
oh, my landscapers are here. Let's see if my dogs go nuts. Yeah, and that's just like a reminder for everybody who's listening right now that we're in it. We're doing the work, and we still have those days where we're like, ugh, I where we just don't feel good about ourselves. And that's
yeah,
normal.
totally.
And that's okay.
Yeah. So, like, when it comes to the visibility tour, there's a couple things that are important to consider if you want to do this. And I teach this method inside of a program called the Visibility Revolution. But the main thing is that you need a theme. So, you're trying to focus on one thing. So, if you're a multi passionate, like multiple different types of services, we're going to pick one thing and try and like become known for that thing in this
Mhm.
period of time. So, you're taking your one offer or your one service kind of on tour as part of that. So the goals are to increase reach, create collaborations, build up momentum and confidence. So this is where it's like when you decide, you're going to do this health challenge, you're going to go to the gym more, you got to build that up, right? And it's every day, every time you take an action, it contributes to like this snowball building up and rolling down the hill. Because when you
Yes.
do one thing and then you will get a result. You will get a result fairly soon from a lot of the things that you will do. Especially because if you're reaching out, like if I say, "Hey Sarah, I'd love to like collaborate with you. We have one conversation, we book 2 podcasts out of it." Like there's a result. Like that's happening now. And then what's going to happen from when the podcasts go out? Well, we don't know that yet, but it's already like you're planting so many seeds for the future by doing this, instead of like sitting back and trying to be so strategic. And I'm all like, I'm a brand strategist, like strategy, yay. But let's not let strategy put us into like overthinking and
Yeah.
trying to perfect stuff. So where can we take this
Analysis
action?
paralysis.
Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. So where can we take these actions and like build up the momentum? This is the one, filled out one. Showing you my calendar. Like I tracked it. I wrote it down every single day that I did stuff.
Brilliant.
Because it made me like see progress, and especially if you're focusing on a new offer that you have coming up, or you're thinking about like a sale that you want to do, or you're just like, I need to pick something up in a couple of months. I need to get back on the bandwagon, create consistency again, whatever your definition of that is. And everyone has a different one, which I think is important. It's about starting, taking action, apply for the speaking opportunity, reach out to that person who you were talking to before about working together.
Hey there, amazing founders. Ready to take your business to the next level? Join our Gateway Offer Challenge and watch your sales soar. In this challenge, you'll get mini Gateway Offer trainings to perfect your offers. Learn how to structure your documentation so it sells for you. Create buzz around your offer and identify eager clients with our sales training. Plus, get exclusive outreach templates that take the guesswork out of prospecting. And because selling should be fun, we've gamified this challenge. Who can sell the most gateway offers? And let's not forget, you'll also learn how to effortlessly upsell to your signature offer. Ready to level up? Join the Gateway Offer Challenge today. Your business will thank you. Go to challenge.sarahnoelblock.com. That is CHALLENGE.SARAHNOELBLOCK.com. So here's the action step that people can take. Pick that one thing that you're going to be doing your tour around. So based off this conversation, I would say your core offer makes a lot of sense. Or if you have a new lead magnet, that would make sense. That leads into your offer because everything, you want to be able to sell.
Yes.
So take that core offer and then build out your tour from there. So you can do collaborations and swaps. You did bundles. You pitched the press, local press specifically, because it was easier. And podcasts. Is there anything else that we should be doing on our visibility tour?
Well, I think that just as a caveat, like every business is different. And in 15 plus years of working in marketing, I've never written the same plan twice.
Same.
Right? Because your business has goals, your own goals, you have your own audience, you have your own message, and you have your own style. So there's going to be things that you may or may not like to do, and that's okay. And while I do encourage you to push yourself out of the comfort zone by, going live on Instagram, if that's something you never do, if you don't show your face on camera, like, yes, please, let's try and do more of that. But like going to events, doing stuff like that, it's about creating really a mixed variety of tactical things so that you can, one, see what works, what you like, and then do more of the things that you get results from.
That's a really good point. Test out a lot of things and see what fits you and what makes you happy, because you don't want to do something that drains you, but you do need to get in front of your audience if you're going to build your business.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that old Instagram audio is like, if you don't talk about your business, you don't have a business.
Yeah. Is that like a real clip?
Yeah, it was. I'm like, this is my favorite one, and it's like lives in my head. It's true. Like if you're like, oh, I don't have the sales I want right now, or I don't have like the exposure or the visibility, I'm not getting visible, like just start. Yeah, and yes, there are some like strategies, and yes, there are some assets and things that you can build out to support making this easier for you. But like my program actually is a combo of like the teaching of building out the strategy and the assets and the action. So I'm like, it's a digital course and a challenge had a baby. That's what it is. Because I think this action piece is so important. It's like, once you get the practice of building this up, then you're going to continue. Like I finished my 60 days and I'm going to keep going. Like I want to continue making sure that I'm focusing on this every day because I've seen great results and I want more of them.
It sounds like you had insane results, and I'm going to start testing some of these things that you talked about. Can
Yes.
you tell me more about, well, one, is there anything we missed on your visibility tour before you tell us about your program?
Um, just the one thing is that visibility for the sake of visibility is not worth much. So, like going down, imagine you're like going down a street in a parade. There were thousands of people there. They all saw you, but now nobody has any way of like connecting with each other. So, you
Mhm.
need a method for capturing that visibility, which means having a lead magnet, some way to like bring them into your email world. Cause I don't want you to go out and like do all of this and then you don't get the people because the
Yes.
people are where it goes to the next step for you.
Let's talk about that a beat before we move on. So, some of the best ways that I have found to capture borrowed audiences
Mm.
is, yes, a lead magnet, but even better is when you have that digital product, like you were talking about the bundles, and you give 100% off promo code. If there
Mm.
is value tied to that lead magnet, then that will get a lot more people signing up for it.
Mhm.
Um, Another thing that I always do is I create a landing page that's specific for the podcast or whatever I happen to be on. So then I can track the success of that experience that I was on and have a specific promo code for that show that I was on. So then I have the data to back up my future decisions.
So if you want to find more information about that, you can go to ksco.ca and you will find all of my contact information. And I'm on Instagram at ksco_Kelly. And my podcast is called Entrepreneur School.
We're going to take a moment to pause and talk about the Tiny Marketing Club. Hey there, B2B founders. Are you looking for a way to seriously up-level your marketing game without an insane amount of hassle? Grab your coffee, sit back, and let me introduce you to the Tiny Marketing Club. In the Tiny Marketing Club, we've got a treasure trove of resources designed specifically to help people like you. But today, I want to zero in on one particular powerful aspect of the Tiny Marketing Club, and that's our trainings. So let's talk trainings. We're talking about brand messaging, lead magnets, creating business one-liners. I have my famous LinkedIn playbook in there, gateway offers, offer ecosystems, and so much more. Each quarter, we add a minimum of 2 new trainings to our portal. So that's a lot of trainings. And you can just scan through and see what makes sense. What do you want to learn right now? Our brand messaging training helps you clarify your message so your ideal clients really get you. It's like breaking down a complicated story into bite-sized pieces that are easy for anyone to digest. Then there's the lead magnet training. Have you ever wondered how to create those irresistible freebies that people want to sign up for? We've got you covered. Our step-by-step guide will show you exactly how to create a lead magnet that captures high-quality leads. Next up, business one-liners. How often do you struggle with explaining what you do in one sentence? It's impossible, but it's not. Probably more than you'd like to admit. The training helps you nail that one-liner so that it rolls off your tongue effortlessly. Now let's dive into the LinkedIn playbooks. Everyone knows LinkedIn is a goldmine for B2B networking, but how do you stand out in a sea of professionals? Our LinkedIn playbook offers you the best strategies to optimize your profile, connect with the right people, share content that gets you noticed, and it has plug and play templates in there. The gateway offers. Think of gateway offers as your entry point for new clients. This training will teach you how to create small, irresistible offers that get clients' foot in the door and lead them to your primary offers and products. And let's not forget about the offer ecosystem. I mean, doesn't that just work right into it? Gateway offer to offer ecosystem. In this training, you'll learn how to create a range of offers that work together seamlessly. It's about building a system where your services or products support each other, guiding your clients through a specific journey of transformation. There's more. These trainings are just scratching on the surface. On top of these insightful courses that I have that you can use on demand, we also have digital products in there, like our LinkedIn AI assistant. You can have one-to-one strategy sessions with me, coaching, and the famous Monday morning marketing, where we do our marketing together. And you get feedback and audits from me during those sessions. The best part, we never stop updating. Each quarter, our members get at least 2 new trainings added to their portal, so you're always on top of the latest strategies and tools. So if you're tired of feeling overwhelmed by your marketing efforts and you're ready to take things to the next level, the Tiny Marketing Club is the go-to resource. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, hell yes, that sounds amazing, that's what I need, then go down to the show notes page and make sure to sign up for the waitlist. So the waitlist is, there's no obligation there. It's just you raising your hand saying, I might be interested in this offer. So go ahead and sign up for the waitlist so you can get ongoing trainings, coaching, one-on-one strategy sessions. The Tiny Marketing Club is not like anything else out there. It is a hybrid between a training program and one-to-one sessions with me. So you're getting really high-touch experience with it for an accessible price tag. All right, I'll see you in the club. If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and rate and review. But most importantly, tell your friends. Share this episode with a friend so other people know about Tiny Marketing and our Uncut Summer series. I will see you next week with another great one.